My beautiful and amazing, lovely people. Shout out to everyone. Cali Crypto Dude. Don't worry, I'm going to be doing the morning live streams pretty regularly. That felt really good just to get all the macro off my chest. Been watching the charts, digging into our favorite altcoins for the remainder of the day, and have some big stuff breaking out of Congress, potentially taking an aim at Gary Gensler. Bitcoin riding a knife's edge at a key level. We're gonna take a look at all of the data to really get a good bellwether of where we are headed in the markets as altcoins struggle to breathe. All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement. We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across the internet for crypto news.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What do you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Over 2 years, he's made like 17K on Roblox. And he's
What?
Like 12.
You never listen to me, and we must be married. Yeah, well, how much are you investing? $100.
$400,000 to $600,000. The generational signals are now. Now.
Your spread so thin, that's how you get in on Snake. Snake's been my biggest winner.
Oh yes, here we are. We have made it. I think Hannah will be down sometime. She's probably busy handling a bunch of stuff with ATB. Some pretty big changes coming to ATB, so do stick around for that. But yeah, what a day in the markets. We've been talking about how important $60,000 is to hold since Bitcoin was up in the 70-something, $72,000 range. Anticipating us to retest the $60,000 level. Here we are. We've done it a few times. We're going to take a look at all the data we can, all the new updates. Big letdown from China over the past night on their release of their ETFs for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we're going to take a look at all this and more. Blockchain Basement is powered by Arculus, but shout out to everyone in the chat. Cali Crypto Dude, Lottie Audie, Fluffy the Sheep, Bob from Accounting, C90FTW, Nicole Minus Tater. A little bit different of a crowd in the morning. When I do late night live streams, it's nice to see a little bit of a new type of crowd going on. So, welcome one, welcome all. Let's get into the breaking news here. This is a big announcement that got released right before I went live. What up, Hannah? Unmute number 4 for me, if you would. We got Hannah Hughes running around. I do think, Hannah, I think Owen got trapped in the protests. He might be trapped in the protests. I don't know. But you're going to have to get real cozy on this shot. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. Yeah, they just close in. How the hell are you doing, Hannah?
I'm good. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
You got
Glad
is that
to
denim?
be here.
Is that like a denim?
Yeah, a little denim jacket.
Let's see what this shot looks like. This is we got the mining system here still. Don't know exactly what we're gonna do with this thing. I know Nick's got some pretty big plans. I think he was mentioning maybe mining chlor with that thing. So we'll see. But Hannah, this is pretty big news. Glad you joined me for this one. This is a big update. This is from Patrick McHenry. Just for some clarification on who this guy is, he is a member of the Financial House Services Committee.
Isn't this like the based one that was in?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember him from
This
a few
guy's
months
lit.
ago.
Yeah, I mean, you remember that smile from anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come
I
on.
like that guy.
Yeah, he's a good cookie. He came out with this, and now just for reference, he is a dad, ×3 husband, proudly serving North Carolina's 10th congressional district in the Financial House Committee. Coming out with this, a new court filing indicates that the SEC Governor Chair Gary Gensler knowingly misled Congress when pressed on the classification of ETH at a financial hearing to conduct oversight of his agency. Now, this is kind of interesting, especially for me and you, because we were talking yesterday about the potential implications of that past conversation that Gary Gensler had with McHenry. Is ETH a security or not? And Gary Gensler basically just sat there writhing like a fish out of water, didn't know exactly what to say. And now we have this from that congressional member highlighting a big bada boom, big problem for the SEC when it comes to getting in the way of the ETH ETF happening. So it's good stuff. You know what I mean? I like it. Just a little bit of hopium. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of sadness going on altcoin holders. Listen,
The Hong
you guys.
Kong.
Oh, I know. What a
letdown.
What a flub. I mean, here today. All right, so I got all my macro out of the way, so I probably won't freak you out today with all the wildness going on. We're getting that off of our chest in the macro report in the morning. This is the data out of the Hong Kong ETFs, predicted to have $300 million in inflows the first day. Instead, they had merely $11 million. I've seen some accounts calling it $12 million. But this report, $11 million in total trading volume. Owen made it out of the riots. Wide shot. Yeah, look at him come strutting in. Owen, how the hell you doing, buddy? You doing good? Yeah? Look at this guy. This is Owen's perspective
Last day of
right
school.
here.
Owen's about to graduate next week, y'all.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Congratulations. All right,
Yay.
fine. I'll give you the sticks. You son of a. Unbelievable. Can't believe you're taking my sticks away from me. What? I put things together the way I do. You know what I mean? We had a morning live stream today, Owen. So
You went live on Basement.
Yes, I went live on Basement. And there's a lot of things that, macroeconomics, they matter to crypto, but I wanted to be able to have just a full hour of really focusing in on all of our favorite projects. I got that meme Twitter account you sent me today. We're going to look at, Hannah, our favorite altcoins. There is a lot of different altcoins I'm watching right now. So it just gives me better time to get a grasp on really everything that's going on. Leave no stone unturned. Owen, how many protesters were there? You got to give me a number. There's none. Damn it. I was just assuming. I was trying to be extreme about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. They had only one. What was it? Emory College?
Yeah,
in
Emory
Georgia?
and I think UGA Athens. They're kind of doing stuff over there.
It's getting weird. Life's getting weird. And on the ETF news for China, not really surprised per se, because the American financial sector is magnitudes larger than China's. And now the more exciting thing for many years has been not a China ETF approval. It's been an American ETF approval, because that's where a large amount of the world's money is. I know there's a lot of BRICS maxis that think that they're taking over the next few years. I'm sorry, there's a long way to go for you, bud. But, shout out to you for trying. It's like the BRICS I see is like a chihuahua at the door yelling, or like a group of nerds getting together on a recess playground because they've been getting bullied, and then they all like stand up and take their shot, and I'll just get wrecked
BRICS
later on. Yes.
Really?
I feel that way.
I saw a tweet yesterday that Russia surpassed Saudi Arabia for the largest supplier of oil for China.
Well, they're tying their relations in well. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, they're building their own parallel inroads. That's for sure, Hannah.
But Saudi Arabia joined BRICS too.
Saudi Arabia joined BRICS. It's just that the world's money at large, the larger economy, the world reserve currency, still the dollar usage hitting record levels across the world when it's supposed to be dying. And yes, we're inflating it by printing like crazy. But the world at large still hasn't woken up that they're getting hosed that bad yet. So I do think that they will realize that. They'll probably gain more momentum over the years, but as it sits right now, not so much. We had this just on the trading side, 140 million in leverage positions liquidated in 4 hours as Bitcoin market dropped. I think let's go to the charts here. Let's see what we got. There's blood all over the place. Bitcoin still chaotically hanging out right above $60,000. Take a closer view on the old trading view. No, I don't allow you. Let's go. I always click market cap first. Where's trading? Here we go. So yeah, there it is. We're knocking on this door for the fourth time, essentially. Initially, we did bust down to the $58,900 or $59,000 level. That's the lowest mark we've made in this range. But we are knocking on the door of this once again. Should it hold, then next week we'll be talking about this insanely bullish bull flag that has just been confirmed. That's how charting usually goes on the TA side, but essentially right now I am still remaining bullish. I think the fact that we are still holding above this level is a testament to Bitcoin's newfound strength at the 60K mark. And there's a lot of psychological reasons for that. Then also, now the ETFs are available. People see that this thing isn't going anywhere. it's really about finding those good entry points at or below 60K is where the name of the game is. And to maximize our benefit, we're going to be buying the blood as much as possible in the altcoin sector as the pain continues to happen. Go back to the altcoins just on that subject, see where they are. Top winner, my God, everything is down on the 24 hours, including stable coins. Let's see, the most down here, Ordi, shaving off 31% on the week. SEI 13% at 54 cents. This NEAR, I've been buying NEAR, but it's number 18, and I think that I've got what I've got in NEAR only because the market cap is up to, number 18 on coin market cap. It's ranking pretty high now. I think NEAR is going to be a very big part of the AI overhaul to the system at large. So I think it's got that going for it, but I got my bags. But if you have no exposure, this is a good moment. What you got, Hannah?
I've been hearing NEAR a lot lately.
Yeah.
Like this week, and last week, I feel like I was hearing NEAR a lot. And then also wormholes right there. We have W. That's Monad. I'm very bullish.
There's some good buys here. I mean, Beam, great buy. Owen, can you push that arrow on the chat so it catches everyone in there? Beam, another good buy. I see this
Hey,
as
la-da-dee-da-dee.
What
We
did
like to
you?
party.
What did you see? We missed. We didn't even know.
Dancing with Miley.
Government gonna shut down Bitcoin, says JS. Well, I won't. Okay, so here's my thoughts on that. I don't think it's beyond the government to want to seize crypto off exchanges. Now, this is where the immaculate strength of holding your crypto cold storage. Okay. Now, this is, I try to talk about this in the morning show, but having your crypto on cold storage is the most giga chad vote and the most based thing that you can possibly do to a government that's trying to print your buying power out of existence and block you from the only roads to escape. This is it. Arculus, huge friend and partner of the channel, and I highly recommend them. No, not crypto, Bitcoin. I mean, and on that, I actually have a reminder for folks. So we liken Bitcoin to gold. Very often we liken this overhaul to the monetary system as something slightly similar to how we wanted to, basically represent gold with notes over the past 100 years. And this is a stark reminder of the history of our world. This is FDR's other day of infamy when the U.S. seized all citizens' gold. And December 7th, 1941 will forever be remembered by us, in the words of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a date that will live in infamy. Another date that is infamous is April 5th of 1933, the day that FDR ordered the seizure of private gold holdings of the American people. By attacking innocent citizens, he bombed the country's gold standard just as surely as he bombed Japan for Pearl Harbor. Now, this is something that is on my mind quite often. And I think that, I've been watching this, and in the development of Bitcoin, it was very interesting how, the development of it chose randomizing, the only thing that the NSA couldn't control. And it almost at times, when I really sit back and think, after I've read all the different accounts of if, Bitcoin was created by the government as far as 1971, that far back, 1973, I think it's more so someone that was on the inside that knew how to avoid those tracking mechanisms to create something that could truly exist outside of the wishes of a government. So, I agree with your initial knee-jerk questions on that, JS. I just think that there's a lot more thinking that should be done on why would they create controlled opposition, and maybe they just enjoy its existence or allow its existence so that they can move into it after World War III into a Bretton Woods 2.0 situation, and it'll seemingly be a transparent worldwide system that everyone can kumbaya on, and they won't be the bad guys anymore. Just some food for thought.
That's what my university was making it sound like.
Really?
Like that was like the dream, and it was going to make everything better.
Well, and that's what they always talk about, is this one world currency or one world backed government, central bank.
And then they introduced a major with it's fintech, and a part of it is blockchain technology, and a part of the blockchain sector is crypto.
Absolutely.
At a government funded school.
What if they're the Phantom of the Opera that just gets to sit in the background and act and watch everyone act like they finally have found that renaissance when really, they just created
They're
a
just like
new front.
introducing it slowly.
Yeah,
And
very
then
slowly.
everybody's gonna be on chain. It just makes sense.
Yeah, Crypto Stevo, you are definitely on a list. Speaking of on the list, Hannah, have you been unbanned from Twitter? Really?
And I've seen a lot of Web3 accounts have been banned.
Yeah. My wife thinks that Twitter probably assumes you're not real.
Yeah, it's because I think that's what happened in November too. They told me that my account got flagged as a bot, so it was reinstated in November, and I'm just gonna keep appealing it. But I'm sad. I want it back.
Yeah,
we just have to
it
keep
might
trying.
think you're just a fake. She is a real human. She's sitting right
and
next to
I
me.
pay Twitter.
Yeah, you're like,
pay
what is
them.
going on?
I'm a customer.
Very sad. Elon needs to fix this. All right, so we covered the leverage positions wrecked. We have just this from Cointelegraph talking about Bitcoin bears on the move, pushing trajectory towards sub 60K levels. I do believe we had an instance just a moment this morning where we busted in at 59.9, I believe. But we saw a sharp drop to 60K as Asia trading opened on, overnight, essentially. It opened up the ETF later yesterday evening, broke that support at 61K, 61K, and liquidation soared to $275 million within 24 hours. Absolutely brutal price action. Shout out to anyone that is able to hold on to the side of the ship while this is all happening in leverage trade. I am not one of those people. I do not do that, especially when things are as volatile as they are right now. And this is from Raul Paul, just backing up force to the trees talk. This is the fourth 20% correction in Bitcoin in 12 months. So pretty ordinary stuff, honestly, you guys. If you look at this, back up force to the trees action, we had these two dumps right here. And essentially this chart really spoke to me because at this final pulse is when I opened the gates and basically transferred my Bitcoin and Ethereum all into Chainlink, things like ICP when they're at much lower prices. And since then, we've had the surge in Bitcoin, but we're at the bull flag yet. But one of those that is Satoshi Flipper. So showing the Bitcoin USDT 4-hour chart, a symmetrical triangle, now inside of a massive bull flag on a high time frame. It doesn't get more bullish than this. And this is where, the people that come into crypto and they want that short-term gains and they want that instant millionaire relief, they get shaken out. It's the true savages that have conviction beyond just the short-term price action of crypto that make it to Valhalla. That is what I would say about this situation we're at right now. It's unfortunate to see people calling this a massive crash when we are falling back down to $60,000. Like we were celebrating 30K being broken not a few months ago.
Celebrating 60 in February.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
that puts it in perspective for me, because there's a tweet I was like so excited we broke 60, and that was like 2 months ago.
Absolutely.
But I saw a tweet today. People were saying that same thing, or they were in a space, but they were saying the same thing. Like, everybody chill out.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's some very interesting things that you got to keep in mind. And on that backed up viewpoint in why I feel comfortable buying these insanely volatile altcoins right now is because I think that we are literally just getting started. This is from Coinbase. They posted this morning. So you think you can hodl. Here's what that means. Crypto bull cycles hit different. Past two bull markets lasted 3.5 years long. We're 1.5 years into the current cycle. The past two bull markets saw prices increase 113x and 19x. Prices so far increased 4x. Yeah. I mean, this is perspective right here. And this tells the whole story right here. We'll get my face out of the way here. Let's see this whole thing. So we got this current cycle in the black line right here. Yes, it has been really exciting getting up to this point, but in essence, we are far out from the full conclusion of this bull cycle, and I completely agree with this take. It's just a matter of not falling for, in my opinion, I think that we're going to have a lot of calls for 500K or $1 million Bitcoin this cycle. And at large, you guys, I am still keeping it within, I'm trying to see us hit $6 to $7 trillion on the whole crypto market cap at large. And I know that might seem bearish to some, might seem too bullish for others, but that's kind of where I'm at right now in this process for the cycle we're getting into. There have been 5 Bitcoin bull markets in total. An average bull market, you will have to survive the following to ride it to the top: 5 to 10% drawdowns, 10 to 20%, 20 to 30% drawdowns, 30 to 40%, and 40 to 70% drawdown, all during a bull market. This is the price we pay for performance, my wonderful ladies and gentlemen. This is the volatility that I come in here for. And, you know, in the past, our, first cycle or 2017, look at this stuff as scary. But yeah, man, it's just now that I've been through a few cycles, maybe I'm desensitized to it, but it's the only way I've known how to actually capture land and vehicles without loans is by psycho-handing altcoins and Bitcoin during the absolute worst times, according to mainstream media and major pundits. Owen, are you dying over there? You sound like, are you falling for the pollen? You know, I'm falling for the pollen. You know what? Taco was telling me about botanical sexism this morning. Have you heard of this?
No.
So botanical sexism, let's just go quick. Okay, real quick. Okay. Botanical sexism. Let's just do a quick Google search and get a little bit of an idea what I'm talking about here. Now, it's a time of the year for watery eyes and itchy noses. Arborists often claim that all male plants are litter-free because they shed no messy seeds, fruits, or pods. The 1949 USDA Yearbook of Agriculture, which focused on trees and forests, the advice was given to readers when used for street planting, so like urban, city type population areas, only male trees should be selected. And these male trees give off if not all the pollen on the trees. So they've been botanically sexist for 70 years. And now Taco cannot stop sneezing upstairs. And I feel for him. I feel bad for him. He's not getting used to the allergies out here.
Wait, so they plant, why would they plant the ones that give off the pollen?
Well, because the other ones create the fruit, and the fruit was littering everything and making everything messy, and it's in an
true.
urban
You can't
area.
drop like apples.
Right,
so
right.
pollen's better.
It's a very interesting
I guess
thing.
this makes sense.
It's very interesting. Just a side note, botanical sexism is real. Break the glass ceiling. Okay, so now another thing from Coinbase, they started supporting Lightning Network. It'll just be interesting to see how many users actually utilize this low-cost BTC transfers on Coinbase. Nice to see more integrations. Not a huge proponent for selling Bitcoin. What you got?
I sent another Coinbase thing in Slack.
What are they up to? Are they up to even more? Okay, we're going in here.
This is Coinbase Wallet.
Oh yeah, Solana powered by Jupiter. Trading of Solana powered by Jupiter Exchange allows you to tap into 20 liquidity venues and 80,000 tokens for the best prices. Looks like Coinbase Wallet hooking up with Jupiter. Is that what this is?
Yeah, so I saw that yesterday and people were talking about how Jupiter is still like $1 or something.
Yeah.
And that's very
Where
undervalued.
is Jupiter? I love Jupiter. I love using Jupiter too.
My buys right now are probably like Aero, Jupiter, W.
Yeah? Where is this price at? We probably got a good deal on it today. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Yes. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my gosh.
It's 88. I'm under $1.
88 cents right now. Let's get to our altcoin. There's some indicators I think that are giving some good signs on altcoins. Where is the Bitcoin dominance level at? Let's do a quick refresh. Right here, I am going to be tracking this graph in particular as well for the next 200 days to watch for that cliff that historically has happened after 212 here and 214 days here. Looking for something around 200 days, maybe 198, something slightly lower, but let's see here. So not too crazy. We're sitting at about 55%. Yes, this is looking juicy. Then we also had this BlackRock rolled out an industry meeting and advertisement at its headquarters to discuss investing in Bitcoin. And, you know, all these TradFi people, they love Bitcoin. There's no denying it.
What is this? What did
this
they
is
say?
BlackRock's like promo for investing in Bitcoin. So they're kind of going hard after it.
What in
They're
the world?
seeming, I don't want them to seem desperate through this, you know. It's not like I would ever think BlackRock is desperate at a degree. Why are they being this transparent though? That's kind of what feels icky about this whole situation. Why are they showing everyone the exit door if it doesn't end off a cliff? You know what I mean? But I mean, they have monetary interest in changing away. Like I've tried to start liking Larry Fink more after he slapped all of the ESG investments down, called out what a scam they were, how much money he was losing, or the company at large was losing. Big unlock coming for Ondo, yes. And Ondo, I do like Ondo Finance. The reason why I like Ondo Finance, it's hard to find any other crypto that's directly related to moving tokenized assets for BlackRock. I've been searching, I've been digging, and yes, I've been stacking on Ondo this whole time, really. But what I see here is at their website, you have just the basic, you know, this is a new era of online movements. But one of their partners directly listed, the first partner that they directly list is BlackRock. Then Morgan Stanley and Kura, Mantle, Injective, another good buy right now. Injective, I've seen it was in like the $23 level. There's some juicy entry points right now. There's some really juicy entry points. But moving on, we have just a continued supply shock building up in the background as everyone wants to fade Bitcoin and all these things that are happening, calling it the local top, and we'll never see this again. The supply shock for Bitcoin's design is happening in the background, regardless of all the noise against it. And a coal mining company, a Giant Alliance Resource, has reported a $7.3 million profit from Bitcoin mining. So these coal mining companies mining Bitcoin as well, reporting some major earnings on that. Nice to see. This is going to spread. Don't be surprised if you see more of this. Thoughts on Stacks? I like Stacks. Stacks was it? All right, so the last crypto I bought was Aerodrome, but Stacks I also have been stacking in the $2 range. I kind of held and was greedy when it was in $3. Waited for it to come back down, and I feel more comfortable buying Stacks in the $2 range. You know, $2 up to $2.90.
And you have to use Stacks to transact on Bitcoin a lot.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yes, you
I'm
do.
like very bullish. I can't believe it's only $2 because I had to buy Stacks in order to like make a transaction recently.
Yes.
So I had to.
Yeah.
So I bought it.
You
And
felt that token
I'm
pressure.
like, okay, I'm very bullish on this because more people are going to have to buy
Exactly. And when people start interacting with those systems, they're going to be realizing that more and more, that it is the currency that you have to utilize to go in and out. So yeah, I agree with you on that. Stacks is, you know, while we're talking about Stacks, let's look at the price. We may as well just to see 223. Ooh, okay. Okay. This is good. Oh my God. I know that this is kind of insane to say this is good, you guys. I'm sorry if you think I'm nuts, but I am greedy about my entry points. And really, I think that $2 can hold for Stacks. If you're buying, like I did my buys at like 250, and I feel great about it because it was up here and I was just like, okay, amazing, great price action. I don't want to pay that much. Greedy. So here I am buying this nasty wick to the downside. And at large, I think I'm going to be a major winner in this when it pumps out into the next major part of the bull market. But we have some time until that time comes. Got some macro stuff. I'm going to skip that. But this is just on the altcoin side, an update from S. Jewel as the desperation continues. Yesterday, we were talking about his post on Bitcoin dominance going up and Bitcoin price going down. Never a good combo for altcoin holders, which is probably why we see blood across the board. And here is the dominance graph. Continuing to spike, had a little bit of a major candle wick to the upside, but is seeming to try to hang on to this level right around 55%. And Bitcoin price falling off. So interesting times for sure. Only psychos will be able to survive this hold. Are you one of them? Just let me know in the comments. Are you willing to hodl? This crypto finally came out with a heartfelt message with what I thought was really cute. Okay. she's been spicy lately, but she chose sugar this morning. Yes, Wolverine, I'm still holding FFM. Absolutely. So crypto finally, if you've been sidelined, believe this is a good opportunity to scale into high conviction tokens. If you're fully invested, just survive. Hold your spot positions and do not capitulate. Someone once said liquidations are a forced transfer of wealth from traders who need leverage to wealthy spot buyers. I was enjoying retirement from social media, but don't want to see my brothers get shaken out when the future is still so bright.
Cousins.
Well, okay, cousins. Fair enough.
Future is so bright, cousins.
I love this. What a message.
Yeah, that was so nice.
You know what I mean? And she's usually so spicy, but just coming out and just, a little bit of reassurance in the backed up, because things get crazy quick in altcoins. You make a lot of money and then it rides back down to that original entry point. Like, what the hell am I doing? Just keep in mind, we are building bags that are meant for getting rid of at the top of the market. I am still targeting mid 2025. So all of this, unless I'm taking money out for a new gun or something on my house, I am building a field. I had expanded my garden like crazy. My arms are freaking tired. Like, this forearm is so destroyed right now. But I'm expanding that area. And if I need to, I'm taking profits out of my crypto. My crypto is just a chaotic savings account. That's how I view it, you guys. So, and yeah, I've saved a lot over the years, and it takes time, maybe takes a few cycles, depending on how far down you are starting. There is no other way to put it. When I bought my first Ethereum, it was like $180. And, I'm not a rich guy by any means. And I put my whole ass on the line and got as much as I could and rode it through what was supposed to be the new apocalypse. And, it's not the new apocalypse. It was the worst apocalypse of my life. It was the most boring flu season I've ever seen. And, basically it just takes a certain mindset to ride your tokens to that level. Oftentimes it's healthy to just take a breather, take a moment. And obviously, I'm bringing the macro to you. If any major macro thing does happen, I'll punch to it during the show. But at large, guys, this is about finding the tokens with the best on-chain data, the best revenue, the largest communities and movements behind them for when the good times come. We are building the house before the people come, and that's what it's all about. This was interesting. EigenLayer airdrop faced a bunch of backlash over inability to move tokens and blocked jurisdictions. A lot of complaints about this morning. Raised concerns as it could have a negative impact for those receiving the airdrop. EigenLayer team and investors are getting 55%, but stakers are only getting 5%, and even that will not be transferable at the beginning. A lot of people upset about it, and not to mention the VPN blockage. A lot of people in jurisdictions that they can't get access to, couldn't get access to their tokens. Another main criticism, long list of countries that were blocked, including the US and Canada.
Brother, the fact that United States and Canada is listed there.
Yeah. First
makes me want to revisit the conversation from a year ago when everybody was in this room and they asked me if I'm going to leave.
Hannah, I have been, you're thinking about leaving the United States.
I mean, if we start seeing more things like that, yeah.
I'm looking into getting a dual citizenship or a passport to Luxembourg.
Luxembourg.
I got a shielded family connection in Luxembourg. They own a lot of. There's actually the Whitert Real Estate Company. There's all kinds of Whitert conglomerates out in Luxembourg. I'm finding this out. I'm talking to my descendant. Shout out to Nicole Ministator. Y'all the best ever. Thank you so much for what you do. I'm so glad we can call you family. Keep being awesome. Much love to you.
I love you.
She's awesome. Absolutely awesome. It was absolutely chaos when they came into the studio too.
That was the worst time.
That was the best time.
Come back.
I know. That was just absolutely wonderful having you guys in.
It was so fun having you guys. Thank you for everything.
It was good to put a face to the name too. You know what I mean?
It was a bad time of the year. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it was. It was. You guys showed up when the cataclysm was going down, but we still had a good time. So that was awesome. Now this from Taco. Taco was in on Eigen. I think Johnny was in on Eigen. I've been talking about Eigen as well. And, Taco was talking about after staking his ETH with EigenLayer for 4 months, his return is 9% in Eigen. Was this a flop or a decent return? Let us know in the chat. Would you be looking for more of a return on this involvement with this early ecosystem? Honestly, like I've seen some of these early eco plays pay up to like 60%, 9%. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit to be desired there, but there is concerns that should go up in your mind about where the liquidity is coming from if those returns are in the 50, 60%. That's a big thing to consider. And a lot of people calling out that they've been blocked for their tokens, even though they were allowed in the right jurisdiction. So if that is the case, go follow him at _Wi-Fi_money with a little bit of alpha for you. If you are in a legal location to get it, but for whatever reason, it blocks you. Simple fix, turn on the VPN incognito browser, inspect Element Network, load Eigen claims page without /restricted, block request URL under the name is block, and reload without restricted. There you go. So just in case, right? No big deal. Go give them a shout if you're having that issue. Had to drop that, you know what I mean? But now Ethereum overtook Solana by DEX trading volume. This is last month's data. Leaders DEXs in trading volume with a share of 37.1%. Last month, trading volume on Ethereum network increased by 92%, reaching 69 billion. Pretty big move to make. According to CoinGecko, the total trading volume on DEXs reached 190 billion in total, more than doubling February's figure of 81 billion. Guys, this is so stupidly bullish for DEXs. I can't even emphasize it enough. Now, what we're looking for is DEXs on the next hottest chains. I think that is the absolute alpha play in the statistics that we've gotten over the past few months. Inflows and activity on DEXs, all the movements to DEXs because of controls and things like that we just covered in the last section of the show. People they want their freedom. You're going to have a teenager syndrome occur when the reality becomes known to the average person that, hey, they're blocking you from this asset. It's going to the moon. Holy shit. How do I get my hands on some of this? That's what's going to happen. It's just human nature. Don't know how to say it. Other than that, now with all this FUD, we have FTX wrapping up a second tranche of locked Solana sales with bids at $100 per token. So this is going down right now. It's not the entire batch. It is offloading 1.8 million Solana, though. Pretty substantial amount. We're $232 million. According to one source in an auction that has taken place over the last couple of weeks, the bids went through on April 25th with KYC procedures and paperwork due today. Bids for the locked Solana range from $85 to $110. Three sources said, claiming the bids at 95 went through. Let's do this. So April 25th, auctioning off at $85 to $110. Let's just take a quick gander here. I am curious. 123. Hot damn, what a haircut. What a haircut. Now let's look at April 25th. What do we got? Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. April 25th right here at around 147. So potentially a little bit of this downward pressure, also helped by the Solana FTX sell-off. But at large, I got a little bag of Solana. Use a pretty good amount of it because I go after meme coins all the time. Roger Ver was arrested. What? Hannah, look that up. See if you can find if Roger Ver is arrested. That'd be crazy. Speaking of arrests, we have this. Prayers for CZ. Man literally shaped Web3.
Oh,
Binance was
no.
beyond our time. BNB will be just fine. The BNB tokenomics are one of the best in the space. Lots of projects mimic their economy.
Lord.
My God, this guy. What, is it real? It is real?
Damn,
Put it
CZ is probably in trial like right now. What time?
Yeah, I got an update on it actually from Woo Blockchain. Judge Richard Jones, they're in there right now, said he does not agree with the Department of Justice request for an enhancement of the sentencing guidelines that would push the sentence from 18 months to 3 years. There is no evidence that the defendant was ever informed of illegal activity.
Period.
Very,
If
very
you
big
don't
update.
know.
Right? That's a big update,
You
though.
can't
Thank God.
facilitate.
I mean, wow. And so to drop that Ver thing, or what is it? What's going on with Roger Ver?
Early Bitcoin
Here, pull that thing closer
investigator.
so we can hear you.
Early Bitcoin investigator charged with tax fraud.
Okay, tax fraud. man.
Roger Ver charged with mail fraud, tax evasion, and filing false tax returns. wanted for extradition to the United States from the Department of Justice. But this is on cryptocraft.com and it looks a little long.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, we need, if you can, guys, go, see if you can verify that as well. We have one source. Is that from the Department of Justice? Is that where you're on?
No. No.
We should, I'm going to do this. I'll do Roger Ver DOJ. Let's see what comes up. We got a bunch of posts about it happening, but let's see here. Early Bitcoin investor. Yeah. This is from
the Department of Justice.
This is the Department of Justice right
okay,
there.
that is what I was on.
That is what you were on. You were on the right track here. Got to give yourself more credit.
That's what I was on first. But,
yeah, I know.
okay.
You were right over the target there.
Damn.
Man known as Bitcoin Jesus evaded nearly $50 million in taxes. Holy hell. They're going after him today. Man, they are out to get some blood on this. Very crazy to see. Hannah, what is this meme.fun?
It's like FriendTech, but it's on Blast. I don't know very much about the Blast ecosystem, so I wanted to put this in here just so we can maybe like look into it and learn more. Maybe I'll do a video.
It looks pretty new. I mean, it's 2,300 followers.
So they're onboarding people to this app right now, and it's gonna have something to do with memes. Like you create tickers, post memes. It's gonna be funny, and it reminds me of FriendTech, but it's on Blast, and I want to explore that ecosystem because I haven't yet.
Well, and I faded the hell out of Blast, and it's actually still alive and existing, and it's got TVL. It's insane to say, but it does. I don't understand why. They kind of started that points thing. That points thing is turning a little poisonous now as far as airdrop holders go. There's a lot of aggravation with people in this EigenLayer, and I think Taco kind of said it best. Let's see if I can find this meme. Here it is. This is amazing.
Interested to see what happens tomorrow with the FriendTech airdrop.
Oh yeah, you guys. I mean, this is EigenLayer, all excited. Hey, I'm coming in with an airdrop. Aren't you guys excited? All these questioning crypto degens. They start beating them up, kicking his titties around. It looks like they're a little bit, and they're just beating him down. We got ZK Sync and Layer 0. Or actually Stark, I think that's ZK Starks, but Layer 0 and the other airdrops just sitting and watching in horror as the community reacts to the recent rollout for EigenLayer. Some people are just, I don't think there's any complete satisfaction for everyone across the board when it comes to airdrops. There's been
good ones though, like Portal was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
People have gotten good ones. I haven't had the best luck.
Well,
we'll see what FriendTech does.
Gummy was good.
Yeah, Gummy was great.
Gummy was good.
Yeah. There's definitely been successful ones.
One that doesn't get enough credence is L. The L token that airdropped. It gave me like $400 just for like my tiny YouTube or Twitter account.
And Dimension,
DYM.
There's been a lot of really good ones, so we can't fade it.
Yeah. It's hard to it's annoying when I see people kind of just throw the whole idea out the window. If one protocol goes wrong, you have to understand this is a gigantic ecosystem of a bunch of different protocols.
Gotta be smart, do your research.
Yes.
Figure out who's involved.
BJ, I talked to him on the phone today. He's been like,
BJ.
I think he was like in Singapore or something. He was like somewhere running a Magic the Gathering event. If you didn't know, BJ also runs production directing for Magic the Gathering competitions, I believe. So he's all over the world, globe-trotting. Hopefully he's not also. That's just going to be my story for everyone. They're locked behind protest in Atlanta. I'm sorry. That'll be an easy go-to for the next few months. So now Nicole Ministator dropped me this, what do you call it? Just a story, but it's just a highlight, really. Ethereum transaction fees at a huge discount right now, allowing Arbitrum, Matic, MAGA, VP, and MVP to settle. Not sure about MVP. I know that MAGA, we got to check in on MAGA and see where it's at. Here's Gummy holding on for dear life by the edge of its fingertips. Let's see where the good old MAGA token is. I think this is going to be a good barometer for the election, honestly, you guys. $4.20, still chaotically above
MAGA's
$4.
$4.20 right now?
Yep, $4.20 for MAGA. The bottom of this jackknife down to went nearly to $3. It really stopped at $3.20. And that is essentially the top of its original all-time high that it busted into before the real big blow off. Now we see this thing consolidating. Really hasn't gone anywhere. A lot of people are still bullish on this thing. So actually, I don't think this thing's dead by a long shot. As chaotic as that may sound, there is still plenty of time for this one to cook. Now, with all of this, oh my godness, who is going to survive the Bitcoin altcoin dump? We have HBAR and ADA holders flipping each other off in the streets, dancing in mockery of each other on who is going to be the complete future of finance. It's all or nothing, folks.
I love this.
This is just how I feel. I see the maxis from whatever chain fighting. This is how you look from the outside. Just gotta say it. BJ was saying some interesting things on the phone to me. He feels almost more validated or potentially more interested in seeing if there is a merger between Cardano and Ethereum.
That exists already, or if you
No,
can.
a new one, a new partnership forged in the future, helping with transaction gas fees, a merger of the two. I mean, we saw with the AI coins, that was kind of out of the blue. Those AI coins merging together, because Singularity Net's one of the biggest ones. See a merger with it, accepting another, token into it. Very interesting thought. And it's outside of the box, I know, but BJ thinks outside of the box. It's something he said quite a long time ago. Like, nah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We'll see if these upgrades that Ethereum is doing to its ecosystem help with that. But, this, the HBAR people, HBARbarians, they're hurting kind of right now, and understandably so. Don't wish any pain on the community, but my God, this thing is back down to 9 cents. Holy God. I did not expect that.
Yeesh.
This is exactly like the XRP settlement that happened quite a while ago. Remember XRP?
Okay.
Yeah.
But XRP is a stable coin. HBAR looks like a rug.
Well, no, it's not a raw. Oh,
I don't know. I've
man.
never been a fan.
They're
I
gonna
can't.
come after you
Don't
now.
come after me. Like HBAR might not be a rug, but like, what is that? I don't know.
Oh,
What is
man.
that?
I mean, this just, at least it's got the volatility I'm looking for. You know what I mean? And if you want to believe in HBAR, probably not a bad time to do it. Thank God, I'm not talking about this in a bullish sense when it had its jackknife up. There's a lot of misinformation about BlackRock and HBAR just hooking up directly. Now, what we're going to be seeing in the future is a little bit of a step back from that conversation. No, the HBAR is not going to be the new financial standard across the board. Yes, some institutions will experiment with it. Even experimentation with a protocol this new, this disruptive as HBAR will pump its price. It's just the way of the world. Aerodrome, and on that pain, yes, you're bringing it up. Aerodrome, I bought at $1.20 last. My first buy is 18 cents, and second buy 20 cents. Third buy at $1.20. Now it's sitting at $1. Wow, damn it! Oh my God, I should have. I gotta update my portfolio too. I'm way more in deep than that by now. But yeah, this is that is very interesting to see it trying to jackknife back up so quickly. Aerodrome, one of the ones that was kind of moving backwards in relevance to the rest of the market. We had a lot of pain in altcoins, a lot of corrections, and Aerodrome gave no Fs. Now, there's a reason why I feel damn good about Aerodrome, and really, it's because of Base and the onboarding, the ecosystem growing in the background while all this pain is happening on the front end. Onboarding 50,000 to 100,000 new crypto users a day, approaching 9 million users total on the Base network. So this thing is a brand new baby that is growing up very, very quickly. This is the type of project I was talking about like a year ago. It's like, you guys, I'm not horribly interested in the legacy projects when it comes to buying new crypto at the point we are at in the bull cycle, really. I mean, that's why I'm looking for these things like, Ondo, Arrow, things on Base, things within Solana, the meme coin craze. I'm looking for the new squeeze. And what I see for Base, very big, beyond the silver spoon it's got in its mouth from handling 500,000 Bitcoin for America's largest institutions. So,
Yeah, I have that.
what you
I
got?
think ton the Ton ecosystem, Blast ecosystem, and Based ecosystem.
You liking Ton? I like Ton's ecosystem
Those
too.
three. I just want to learn more about all
Yeah.
three of them. But
S-Ton.
bullish on Based for a year now, and then the other two, I just need to look into them more.
S-Ton.fi having a good entry point.
Which one
here.
would y'all rather have a video on? Base, Ton, or Blast?
That's a good question. Let us know in the comments. What do you want a video on next? Base, ecosystem, Ton, or Blast? Blast is not really talked about too much. That might be fun to kind of dig into that. Can you check Arrow market cap on CoinGecko? Sure, why not? So, and I think that there's a difference. But first, before I do that, this is ston.fi, which I am still feeling good about its use case and long-term outlook for. Small, very small market cap, 18 mil. And yeah, I mean, right now I'm actually, this is making me extremely greedy, seeing this fall back down to 18 bucks. Real quick though, let's compare, because I know that there is some differences in market cap. A lot of people were highlighting this, and I also noticed as well, we got 433 mil listed on Coin market cap. We go to CoinGecko and look at the market cap. I believe it's actually somewhere in the 190, 200 mil. Last time I checked. Go to Aerodrome. Go down. Where the hell do they list it right? Oh yeah, there it is. No, it's reading 432 as well. You know, this is something. This is a little discrepancy. I think our deeper dive found that it was lower than this, but this actually might be an accurate representation. I'm gonna do some back checking on DeFi Llama after the show and see where that's truly at. But at essence, you know, I think that Aerodrome, for what it is, I'm looking at 20 bill. I know it might sound nuts from its situation it's in right now, but I think it's absolutely capable of accomplishing a $20 billion market cap. And in the video that I did about Aerodrome, it was more about comparing what it would have been like to get in very, very early on Uniswap, or very early on the next big DEX, or the next big DeFi lending platform, things of that nature. That's why I feel so damn good about it. And I think that 20 billion is really not that crazy when it comes to the grander scheme of things. And another RWA token, speaking of Ondo, Alex Wassi covering Ondo a bunch lately. RWA token, which BlackRock is actually involved with, Biddle on Ondo OUSG as connections. The TVL exceeds to $350 million right now. And if we consider that in this cycle, attention should be paid more to what is understandable to retail. Ondo fits perfectly. So, you know, I am still stacking Ondo. It's something like, it's nice to have the next steps in crypto that aren't exactly massive narratives right now, that I can feel comfortable getting my exposure to at lower levels right now. And Ondo's another one I've been buying since like 30 cents. Continually buying that thing because, you know, I think that the RWA ecosystem in general is going to absolutely eat the ISO narrative lunch. And we saw ISO be the big thing over the last few, or at least one cycle. During the 2020-2021 cycle, ISO was this huge, it's coming, we're going to redo the financial plumbing. RWA is more like, hey, we're going to find pieces where we're useful within the existing TradFi system. And these are crypto projects, not Bitcoin trying to upheave the entire system. And I don't think that the ability to upheave the entire system will come without a world conflict. According to history, and I do believe history rhymes, we're going to need a third world war to redo the financial landscape of the entire planet. I don't know how much else I could explain it that way. Large changes like that require large pain points. So American Pool Guy, loose price predictions on Arrow and Seam. Man, Seam, I can't give a hardcore price prediction. Arrow, it's hard to give an exact price prediction, but I do feel like seeing a $50 Arrow token at the peak of the next bull market is obtainable. And that is, you know, I'm not going to be waiting till exactly $50. I will be selling in laddered moves along the way, but I do see Arrow as having the capability to accomplish $50 a unit. And that is kind of at large where I'm at right now. And yes, I'll be selling. Should it hit 20? Should it hit 30? You guys didn't know I take profits actively along the way. I usually like to take my original investment out very early and then leave whatever's still riding in there as a moon bag to fall into that peak of the 4-year cycle. And, you know, in a lot of that statistical data that I was showing you on the Bitcoin market at large, it's really just looking like we're at a 4-year cycle, business as usual type situation. So I don't think we need to overthink this. I know that there's a lot of people calling for, 10, $15 trillion market caps. $1 trillion is a hell of a lot of money to move. So it takes a lot to get $1 trillion into a market cap. Just some other bullish things I saw happening. Google Cloud, the actual Twitter for Google Cloud coming up, talking about SWE Network, new collaboration with SWE Network, layer 1 blockchain. We've been pretty familiar with SWE, but they're getting notice and advertisement from Google Cloud, which, right? I think this is very bullish. Like, and obviously we can go into Alphabet and all the things that I hate about them from the last election cycle. The fact that they're advertising for SWE comes from it's stemmed from a development team that was actually splintered out of Facebook when Facebook got slapped around for trying to create an own currency. What? Fediverse? Yeah. You're going there?
SWE is a part of the Fediverse.
Oh my God. It just keeps getting worse. Oh, why are they doing?
I mean, this isn't is Google? Microsoft it.
What?
Microsoft.
Well, it's Threads, right? It's Threads that's doing Fediverse.
Yeah, Meta, Microsoft.
Threads. Yes.
Is Google?
I mean, they're hosting it at the least. I know they're going to be hosting it because it's more about AWS, like Google Cloud, AWS infrastructure for internet. That's where that's kind of conversation is happening from. And, if you have a collaboration with Google Cloud, you're going to have an easier time integrating with average people. They'll make the access roads a little bit easier. Speaking of making things easier, sometimes we go backwards as a nation, and here's one of those times. Dave & Buster's is going to allow customers to bet on arcade games. You're going to be able to bet on arcade games within Dave & Buster's. This is absolutely insane. There's Polygon, coming out and just being absolutely savages. Let's effing tokenize this. Let's effing tokenize shit. That's Polygon just being very, very degenerate in whoever's running their account. But I mean, Hannah, would you bet on a kids racing game at Dave & Buster's 6 beers in with a bunch of chicken wings? You would? You would get there? I would probably get there at a point too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
why not? I know a lot of people that would.
Timmy better not miss that shot. You know what I mean? Like, that would be.
I would still love them either way, and I hope they all have fun.
And they have like the little shooter game where they fill up the little water thing. You're literally betting cash on who's gonna get there first. Like, what? You know what I mean? And this is like starting gambling so young. Plus one in the chat if you would though. Very interesting stuff to see. This project powered by Chainlink Trueflation. I like what this project is doing. Just highlighting U.S. home prices up 6.4% year over year. And we did have some macro data I guess I'll touch on right now in this regard. First of all, McDonald's going to roll out a larger burger this year. Taste test will follow. Zero hedge. Every single U.S. housing market is on fire. San Diego is back in double-digit home price appreciation. That's with the highest rates in 40 years regardless. So imagine that exorbitantly expensive houses paired with historically high interest rates. It is going to grind to a halt at some point. These interest rates apparently aren't enough to halt those prices from increasing. And you can see the biggest losers in this realm: San Francisco, Phoenix, Dallas, Denver, Portland, Las Vegas, Seattle, and another loser down here, Los Angeles. We could have assumed that. San Diego and Los Angeles, the losses are less. But this is more of a visual representation about, I get all those conversations, housing's going to fall off the cliff. I think it's more demographically driven on if your local housing market is going to collapse off a cliff or not. Because if you are in, say, Las Vegas or San Francisco or Phoenix, what's going on in your district is a lot different than what's happening to suburban, outdrawn, low crime locations that aren't stuck in city center hellholes. So that's simply spoken. Now, it is 3:00. It is time for me to work out. This felt better just being able to really dig into all the meme coins, all the altcoins. Trump looking decent. I also saw Gummy rolled out on Cardano. So maybe this might be a little play for the Cardano, community at large to get their piece of the gummy. Not sure if this is, I don't think that this is connected to the original one on Ethereum. Let me know in the chat if this is the same
Do
team.
people like really be trading on ADA all day?
Not all day. No, Hannah, no. Not all day. It's a very,
Ever?
this is the house being built before the people are there. You know what I mean?
So like, should I come?
I'm going to take some play. Like I want to get Hunt token. I might get a little bit of exposure to this gummy thing, but I am looking for micro plays. I know DZ was showing me this beard token. I think this is Book.io behind this one, but actually not a bad graph. Looking to resurge. No pre-workout necessary, Joseph. I'll just go in there raw. Today is going to be bench press, and I am interested how this goes with this forearm. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. But Hannah, appreciate you joining me here. It's like less macro doom and gloom because I get that all off my chest first thing in the morning.
So are you doing morning streams every day now?
Yeah, well, I will for the rest of the week. We have Johnny going out for vacation, so I'll be helping set up the live stream for upstairs, but I actually am going to try to get my live stream macro updates done in the morning for everyone, just so we can get a good bellwether on what to expect in the larger scheme of things. So it just feels better. And then we can dive more into the entire ecosystem of crypto and really get those deep degenerate picks figured out before they go to the moon. But appreciate every single one of you out in the chat. Nicole Ministator Tyler, Mr. Mark, Joseph Cupador, Coins Chick, shout out to you. Bob from Accounting, Nicole Ministator, Word Sister down in Rumble. Until next time, appreciate every single one of you. Take care and be well.